Hello, Tom. We have a special guest in the studio.
We do indeed. We are joined by race car great Arie Luyendyk, the Flying Dutchman. And Arie has a new book out there, The Biography of a Unique Racing Life. And if you're interested in Arie's book, by the way, it can be delivered to you. They will need a truck. This is a large volume. I'm just going to go over here and lift this baby up.
You got a bad right arm, so that's
do a few
hard.
curls with this thing. There it is right there. It's beautiful. My favorite kind of book. Lots of pictures, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Oh, boy, that smells good.
Oh, that new book smell.
That new book smell. You don't get that. You don't get that if you get the book.
You don't get that if you have a Kindle,
And
do
a
you?
Kindle.
Or audio.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if the new Kindle, that'll be, in 20 years, that'll be part of it.
I hope so.
I bet they do have like car air fresheners.
Where you just hit a button and
New book? Yeah.
New book smell.
Wow.
Little vape smell.
Arie Luyendyk grew up in South Africa and Holland. And your story about going to Holland for the first time when you didn't really grow up there, it reminds me of the Van Halen brothers.
Because, they were from the Netherlands.
And they had kind of the same thing when they went back there. There's a really good book by Alex Van Halen about... it's primarily about his early life, and he goes into a little bit of the Van Halen story, but there's not a lot of negativity about Sammy Hagar or anything, but it's a kind of an interesting book. But have you ever met Alex Van Halen?
No, I have not. No, I did meet Sammy Hagar. He used to come to a lot of our races. He was friends with Kevin Cogan, remember?
Yeah.
Kevin Cogan.
Yeah.
That's how I met him, and sometimes I run into him in Scottsdale because he goes to the Barrett Jackson auctions quite a bit. And so do I. So,
Yeah,
Do you have a lot of cars, collective cars?
excuse me.
Do
What?
you have a lot of cars?
No, I'm not a collector.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You just like to go to the auction.
I just read Sammy Hagar just sold one of his Porsches.
Yeah, he sold one. Did he sell one here at Mecum, I think?
I think for quite a bit of money.
He sold I think it was an Enzo Ferrari,
Yep.
and I think it was a 1.3 million or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't really remember.
Can you drive that without?
Yeah, you could drive it.
I
but-
mean, what kind of insurance payments do you have?
The more you drive it, the less it becomes worth less because people buy a Porsche and then they don't want to put miles on it. It's like reminds me of this poster about this beautiful woman, and then it's an Aston Martin poster, and it says, "Well, you didn't marry her for the next guy." So put miles on your car.
That's a great saying.
Well, that is.
Yeah, well, I've never understood that. You buy a beautiful car and you don't drive it?
Yeah, but I'm guilty of that too. I do have a Porsche that I own a Porsche, and it's a 2008. And I try to put the least amount of miles as I can on it. So I'm at 39,000, and I don't want to go to 40.
Oh.
Doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Okay.
I like looking at it.
We're hanging out with Arie Luyendyk. Once again, by the way, we'll post a link to this. You can actually get his book if you go to official Arie-Luyendyk.com. The spelling of that, I'll let you just Google it.
Yeah,
And
Google.
you'll be able
Spelling
to find it.
Luyendyk is a tough one.
Yeah. What is the best TV show or movie about what you did for a living, which is racing?
I think Rush was a really good movie, the way they put it together. There was just a movie recently about Ayrton Senna on Netflix, which was horrible. Absolutely. Although there were some parts of it that were good, but most of the parts, especially the driving parts, were really bad. I also thought that Ford versus Ferrari had a lot of good things about it, but then also a lot of bad things. Like they're going down a straightaway. Back then it was 4 miles long, the straightaway, and you'd be doing 200 plus. And these two guys were literally looking at each other and yelling at each other. I'm like, really? Who the hell was the producer on this thing?
Yeah.
So, and on that straightaway, they were actually changing gears. So you're going down the straightaway for 4 miles and you're changing gears, which is not possible because you put it in top gear and you stay there. But anyway, these details, sometimes I wonder, don't they have a guy like me or Danny Sullivan or somebody else who raced, like giving them some pointers?
Mm-hmm. consultant.
should.
Yeah.
It's easy to do
Right.
because those are some simple mistakes.
But Rush is the best one. I thought that was really well
I
done.
thought Rush was,
movie.
yeah. It was
And I
really
guess
good.
I said that was the last question. I lied. One more. Of your colleagues from back in the day that you raced against, who do you see the most and get along with the best?
First of all, I've gotten along with 99% of them.
Who's
so
the
if you have
1%?
Yeah.
then I'm not going to say.
Yeah, you don't need to tell us.
Actually, you know what?
I'm kidding.
I've never had. The only controversy I had is with AJ Foyt because he bitch slapped me in Texas on TV. I looked like a total idiot, and then he pushed me to the floor because I didn't know what was coming. But anyway, but that was the only controversy. But AJ and I, we laugh it off now, of course, and I really admire him and respect him, and he's still going strong at 90 years old.
Sure,
It's pretty amazing.
Did you see 60 Minutes last night? They had a Jamie Lee Curtis interview.
No, I didn't.
And then I went online and watched the rest of the interview because I got that kind of time. And she said that her mom, Janet Leigh, never took a shower again after Psycho.
I'd always heard that.
Did you? I had not heard that, but it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she's murdered in the famous water.
I guess it must have imprinted her in some way. Never took a shower. And I know how you feel about
People that bathe just
in
take a
bathtubs.
bath.
In there, how do you refer to taking a bath, Tom?
Lying in your own filth?
Yeah,
Lying
there
in
you
your
go.
own filth.
Wallowing.
Wallowing. Sure, there's that. Yeah.
No, I'm not a bathtub guy. I mean, every once in a while, I suppose.
No, you don't. Don't even say that.
I tend to bath on vacation.
Janet Leigh could have bathed in cow manure, and I would have allowed her in bed.
Is
There you
that
go.
right?
Oh, dude. And especially, like, yeah. Pre-Psycho stuff, she was...
She didn't have that. I like a soft face.
Yeah, she was so hot.
She's got that angular face.
Am I correct in saying when they filmed that scene, the famous scene, she's obviously, as everyone knows, been stabbed in the
Right.
shower.
Stabbed in the shower.
And
By Anthony Perkins.
Many, many times.
Yes.
wasn't
Dressed as
the
his
trick to
mother.
that the water was ice cold or something?
Yeah. Hitchcock
Yeah.
didn't tell her that it was going to be freezing water so that her screams were real.
Right. And the blood they use is
Caro syrup.
Chocolate
right?
syrup.
Oh, is
yeah.
it chocolate syrup?
Chocolate
Okay.
syrup.
Is it pronounced
I wish there
Caro
was-
or Caro syrup?
I've always heard Caro, but I'm white trash. You know that.
I don't know. I mean,
We also spent...
to me, Caro sounds more white trashy.
He spent like a full day putting knives into fruit to see what the best sound would be, and they eventually went with watermelon.
Of course he is. Of course he did.
Man.
I was just reading a book, and there's a scene in which Peter Wolf, the singer from the Jay Giles Band,
The Wolfagruva?
Wolfagoofer, he's called to Hitchcock's house because Hitchcock is thinking of having some music in a movie. So somehow there's a connection. So Peter Wolf's really nervous about meeting the great Alfred Hitchcock.
Right?
And he gets there, and Hitchcock keeps asking him if he wants a drink, and it's like whatever 11 in the morning or something, and he goes, no, I'm fine. And Hitchcock keeps asking. He can't figure out why he.
Are you
keeps
sure
asking.
you don't want to drink?
And then he finds out later on
Drink.
that Hitchcock's wife really kept an eye on him, and the only way she would allow him to have a drink was if his guest insisted. So a very odd man.
I don't see Hitchcock saying the name Pete.
I don't either. Hey, Pete.
I really don't see him
How are
saying,
you, Pete?
Are you the woofer goofer with the green teeth?
How is Magic Dick? Is he okay?
I love his harp playing.
Yeah.
Especially on Whammer Jammer.
Blow your face out, Dickie.
If you've never heard that music, by all means, check that out. If you've never seen Psycho, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I watched
great
Vertigo
movie.
over the weekend. I don't know why. I just started.
We were talking about it last week.
Yeah, I just started watching it.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up, we have lots of interesting sporting news.
Kim Novak makes me feel some kind of way. Is that how the
Yeah.
kids say it? Yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Really?
Oh, have you seen Kim? If you remember what Kim Novak looks like?
Oh, yes. Delightful. Yeah.
She might be too tall for me, though. I don't know.
Is she still alive?
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Let's
Well, we
put that
have
up
to
on the
be
board.
careful. We've been putting people to death recently by mistake.
It's not our fault.
We got to be careful here. We have
Wild accusations are our bread and butter.
a lot of news out of the Vatican, including a kind of a couple of bizarre American spins on this.
She's still alive, chick. 92. You have a shot.
Please.
I've heard the older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
That's what they say.
But come on, man.
Ace, can he borrow your walker?
I look at Kim Novak and I go, you'll bang me now, won't you?
Well, and her husband died about 5 years ago, so she's ready for you.
Oh.
There you go.
Insurance News Desk talking about names. We had an interesting story about the most common names in the United States for babies. I do think it's really interesting that Liam has been the most common name for 6 years.
Well, there's a lot of Liams that are popular amongst the youngsters.
So this means if you could have a kindergarten class right now, you're going to have 4 or 5 Liams
Sure.
in it. But we've determined not a lot of Aries.
No. We have Liam, Noah, Oliver, Theodore. Then we go to James, Henry, Mateo, Elijah. We have an Elijah.
Yeah.
Lucas, and William. Rounding out the top 10.
No.
Mateo.
No.
I like Mateo. Good old Italian name.
No. Why not like Monty or something American?
What happened to like Chick and Tom?
Yeah,
and Ari?
I have a Luca,
Oh, there
Luca's
you
a
go.
good one.
and I have an Alec, and I have an Ari, and I have a Maida, which is the girl's name Maida. I never see it anywhere. I happened to stumble on the name and told my wife this is cool, and then we named her Maida.
Is there an RE3?
No, I don't think they want to use my name anymore in the family.
He has a lot of grand girls. We're going to get to that. Olivia, the most common name for girls.
The big O.
Yep, followed by Emma, Amelia, Charlotte, Mia, Sophia, Isabella, Evelyn, Ava, and Sophia again.
All pretty.
Sophia, PH, and then Sophia with an F.
Wow.
I wanted a Sophia with an F.
What's the
but-
distinction there? Is that the Italian spelling?
Yeah.
Sophia Loren.
Is she an F?
No, she's
Yes.
a PH. Sophia Loren's a PH.
Oh,
isn't she?
yeah.
PH, yeah.
I don't know. Is Sophia Spanish, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just
Oh,
thought
with
it
an
looked
F?
prettier. Yeah.
No,
S-O-
that's just hillbilly. Like,
Oh, what trash.
$OFIA.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is I noticed that from a few years ago it was Hayden, Jaden.
Yeah, I remember that.
That
Caden.
Yeah, those have all kind of gone away. It looks like.
This is interesting. In the boys' name category, Truce, the Old English name meaning peace.
I've never heard
Truce.
that.
T-R-U.
Yeah, I've
Truce,
neither have I.
T-R-U-C-E.
Interesting.
That's a
It
great
rose from 11,118 spots from last year's position to rank 991.
Well, hey, this just in. The Pope has changed his name from Leo to Liam. Because he wants to be part of the...
And
Trending.
Luna slipped out of the top 10, by the way. L-U-N-A
Because
for
she's
women.
crazy.
We have my son has a dog called Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good dog name.
It is a good dog name. I agree.
The dog name list, there's usually a couple of corresponding names.
Sure.
The dogs and the humans. I have a dog named after the former coach of the Indianapolis Colts, Tony Dungy.
Oh, Tony? That's a cool name.
No, I named him Dungy.
Yeah, this is a great story. The dog you got for your daughter, who you were going to allow your daughter
Yeah.
to name, but
And he took it
didn't
over.
like it, so you named him yourself.
She's
we never
only
got to these the famous Leos. And I've got like 10. Ready? DiCaprio,
Yeah.
Tolstoy,
Yep.
Da Vinci,
Yep.
DeRocher,
Yep.
Szilard.
Who's Leo DeRocher?
He was a Major
Baseball.
League Baseball man.
guy.
Boy, I don't know that.
Szilard is one of the physicists responsible
He actually
for
came
the
up with
atomic
the
bomb.
letter, and Einstein just signed
Sure.
it. Leo Sayer,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
Make me
dancing.
feel like dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Leo Kottke, Tom.
Yes.
Guitarist.
That's right.
singer.
Leo the Lion, MGM.
Oh, yes.
Sure. Leo Nomalini, San
Not
Francisco
familiar.
49ers major NFL Hall of Fame. Leo Nomalini. He's the last most famous.
Oh.
And finally, just for Tom, Leo Gorsi.
Who's Leo Gorsi?
One of the Bowery boys.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
He
head
was Slick. He was the leader
He
of
was
the
the
Bowery Boys.
lead guy, yeah.
What about Leo Bloom?
That's a fake name.
Okay.
We're
From
not
the
counting
producers.
fictional.
From the producers. We're not counting fictional.
We could, yeah. Well,
Speaking
Leo
of
Bloom's in
Leo,
there.
we have Pope Leo in the news again.
Uncle Leo. Okay.
Portillo's is paying tribute to Chicago native Pope Leo XIV with a new limited time sandwich.
Oh, yeah?
The restaurant describes it as follows. The Leo is what it's called.
Is it fish? Fish sandwich?
Features Portillo's divinely seasoned Italian beef baptized in gravy.
Oh, so it's just their sandwich.
And it's topped with a choice of sweet peppers.
What did you want it to be? It's just a damn sandwich.
I mean, that's what their sandwich. That's one of their most popular sandwiches.
No, but I mean, the press release, I just, when they say baptized in gravy.
Yes.
It's made out of angel's wings.
And the holy trinity of peppers, sweet peppers. I don't know. How do you say that? Giardiniera? How do you? I don't know. I always called it gardenia.
Gardenias?
Giardiniera.
Giardiniera. I never knew
Or
how to say
Diniera, maybe. I don't know.
See?
Gina Dinieri sounds like the girl you want to take to prom.
Yeah. Hot and easy.
The young Sophia Loren.
Sounds
Puts
like,
out. Yeah.
what do you call it? Venereal disease.
Yeah, kind of does.
Oh, he's got Gina
Yeah, God, poor guy.
That's what it sounds like.
It'll be over in a couple
Now,
weeks.
and you,
My God.
Don't name your kid that name.
you probably don't want to answer this, but in your day, what driver had the most
Okay.
venereal
right.
diseases?
Oh, my God.
I told you
You had
wouldn't
to
want
go
answer.
there.
Yeah. The sandwich will be available
You got
throughout
to read the
May,
book.
which is also Italian Beef Month.
So wait a second.
What?
So this is a famous restaurant.
You've never been to
It's
Portillo's?
delicious. Yeah, really good.
There's one
You've
right
never
up
been
the
to
street.
Portillo's?
Are they
Come on.
basic? Is the bear based on this? The whole thing with the.
No, it's the
No, but
neighborhood.
the sandwiches were semi-similar in that it's a beef
The
sandwich.
Italian
yeah.
beef
It's
sandwich.
more of a neighborhood restaurant.
But you can
Chicago.
order this. You can order it dry. You can
Okay.
order it dunked, where they'll actually dunk it in the.
All right, I think they call it. Don't they call it wet?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah,
this,
yeah.
I'm looking at this. They have a shake called the Cake Shake. It's ice cream blended with an entire slice of chocolate cake.
That's right.
I've never gotten it because I don't want to.
Like
tell you
That's
what.
why I've never tried cocaine. What if I love it?
How about
What if I love it? Now I have to do it every day.
you and I, one of these days, we'll sit down. We'll both have one.
Cocaine or shake?
Both.
Do the shake first, or you won't want the shake.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Don't do cocaine.
He's
first.
right.
Get the shakes.
Or how about this?
Yes.
You just put the cocaine in the cake shake. A cupcake shake.